Okay, guys, welcome to this week's Fife Property lineup and the current market trends. So we're looking at the last week just passed for the Fife Property market overall. This is the 25th of July to the 31st of July, the end of the month for July itself. So we're going to look at the numbers for the week, for the month. We're going to look at the 12-month website activity right across the board. We're going to look at the number of properties on the Fife market, what's coming to market, what's currently been sold, and also what's going to be coming soon. And then we're going to talk about one of our recent posts, and we did a live show yesterday about the smooth moves, eliminating stress when selling your home in the Fife area. So let's look at some of the numbers for this week. We're going to bring up the weekly numbers. So right across the board on the week, right across every single estate agent in Fife, at our listing on Rightmove, we have 12 properties come to the market in Cooper. We have 7 sold. You can see straight away right down this trend, it seems to be that supply is now outstripping demand. So it'll be interesting to look at the month-on-month figure and see where we lie with that. East Neuk, 8 come to market, 10 sold. St Andrews, 12 come to market, 9 sold. Leavenmouth, 13 come to market, 17 sold. Leavenmouth's still pretty good. It's a good market. It should still be getting really good prices. Dunfermline, 46 come to market, 36 sold in the week. Glenrothes, 6 versus 9. Glenrothes, a good market as well. Monthly figures will show us exactly how good these markets are on a regional basis. And Kirkcaldy, 33 versus 30. Overall in the week, 130 properties came to market, 118 sold. So how does that look when we look at the monthly figures? So here it is here. This is completely revealing about where we are going with the property market. There seems to be overall, and you can see there, you've got Kirkcaldy, Cooper, 46 come to the market, 38 sold, only 83% of demand. In other words, 38 divided by 46 is 83%. So 83% of the properties that came to market in that month, assuming that these were the only ones that came to market, only 83% of them sold, which tells us that we're now beginning to see a bit of a slowdown possibly in price increases. East Neuk, real telltale sign there, 68%. There is quite a lot of properties coming to market as well, though, and we'll talk about that in a minute and the reasons why we shouldn't be too worried. I think prices will stabilise, but I do think we'll still continue to boom, and I'll tell you in a minute exactly why that is. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them. More than happy to answer them live on the show. Leavenmouth, 41 come to market, 34 sold, 83% in demand. Dunfermline, 170 come to market. Dunfermline's a huge market. There's a whole lot of estate agents in Dunfermline, but only 135 sold, so 79% there. So there's a lot of properties still on the market that came onto the month that are probably still waiting to be sold in that month. Whereas month on month before, we've been selling them almost within the month. So Glenrothes, 41 come to market, 48 sold. You can see Glenrothes is still outperforming, 117% there. So 117% of what comes on actually is getting sold. How's that possible? Well, it's because the number of properties that are still on the market in Glenrothes are beginning to go down, and I'll show you why. Kirkcaldy, 134 versus 123, and overall, 485 came to market. Now, remember that magic number, 485 properties being instructed at any one point in a month. So about 500 properties a month instructed, around about 400 getting sold now, 85% of demand. Where does that leave us instead of year-on-year website activity? This is actually a really revealing figure here. So this is our website. This is the numbers year-on-year. Now, let me show you what happens here. So year-on-year, this is us. We have increased year-on-year. Over 100% of our visitors are actually up. So in other words, we've added 227,000 visitors in 1 year. We have doubled our audience by what we are doing. I have a feeling that's got a lot to do with video interaction and using media rather than just written word and photographs to advertise a property. So we're getting new markets that have never been got before, and we're getting markets that other people can't reach either. Okay, so let's look at these numbers overall. So this is the 1st of August last year versus the 31st, up to the 31st of August now, just past yesterday, and versus the year before as well. So that dotted line is the year before. So there, see the dotted line as it comes along, and then we go into lockdown. That was last March. And then when we come out of lockdown, as it drops, it goes boom, and there's a spike. Now look at that. Everybody thought as it went up and up and up here, that was a huge boom coming out of lockdown. And then we had a wee temporary measure again in January, and it dropped for Christmas, and then we got the Boxing Day bounce, and then it was up again until now. But look at where we are now in terms of that. We follow that trend all the way through, and we are way up. We are higher than we were on the boom. A lot higher than we were on the boom. So even out the boom out of lockdown, we're still a lot higher now in terms of the numbers of people coming to the website and actually searching for properties to buy. So the demand is still there. It's the way the properties are advertised that are possibly not hitting the mark with the right audiences to get that, because we've just proved the audience is there. Because 12 months ago, it was a way down here, and 12 months on, it's a way up here. It's almost more than a third more, or 50% more than what the audience was the year before. Here's another telltale sign then, where the demand is. Remember that figure we talked about, which was the 500 properties getting sold every month? This is the number of properties currently on the market on Rightmove, right throughout Fife. Can you see that figure? It might be a wee bit struggling. I'll see if I can resize it so you can see it. I can read it, no bother. 494. Now remember that if there's only 494 properties on the market, and we're, as agents, we're selling round about 400 to 500 every month, technically there's only a month's stock available for people to buy. Now, over 12 months ago that figure there was 1,200 properties, and it has gone right down to 500. So even though we still continue to flood the market with properties, we're never going to get in. We're going to take ages to get back up to 1,200 properties where we were before, and that was pre-pandemic level. And when you think about the logic of that was a boom time then as well, just before there, we were going into boom. So then the pandemic happened, and then we've come back out, and we're at this stage, and we're still even better off with the number of properties on the market and the demand that's available. So that gives me an indication strongly that for the foreseeable future, we're still going to continue to boom, even though these figures are showing an oversupply of property. Okay, so that's my thoughts on the coming market and where we are just now. Let's have a look at what's currently being sold throughout the market through us. So this is one that recently sold. Now this is not an opportunity for us to gloat. This is actually to tell you this is what is selling in 9 days in the St. Monans area. This was a 5-bedroom. Now, this was the owner was looking to sell to get a fresh start, and the buyer was ecstatic about their new home near the sea. But this gives you an idea about the demand for these types of properties. There was a 5-bedroom, 2-reception, around about the 250,000 mark, offers over, and it went way over that, and it was sold in 9 days. High Street West in Anstruther. Well, that sold in our closing date. We had 15 offers on this property. So this is a 2-bedroom lower apartment. It was finished at a real high standard, moving condition, ready to go. A stone's throw away, probably 100 yards away from the beach, around the corner to the golf course, and then you're across the Drill across the Drill Burn, across to the main Shore Street in Anstruther on the main front. But this actually went for closing day, and it went for a fantastic amount. Remember, 14 other people missed out because 15 offers were received. Only one person can get this. So if you have a 2-bedroom apartment in Anstruther or Pittenweem or the East Neuk area to sell, now is their opportunity to actually take advantage of these people still looking. The owner is actually delighted with the offer, and the new buyers are looking forward to spending family time in Anstruther. So again, the row in Letham, this was sold at a closing date. We had 5 offers, so 4 people missed out. This was a beautiful cottage, and finished again to a real good standard inside, extended out the back, and huge back garden. So if you have a property like this, guess what? There is a lot of people looking out for that type of property. Charles Street in Pittenweem's away, 9 days that was sold, offer they couldn't refuse. And that seems to be the trend just now. There is offers getting made. People cannot afford to refuse because they were just that great for them. So the new owners are delighted, and the new owner, Ross, he can commence village life with his family in this beautiful property itself. Russell Street in South Mingles away. That was sold in 12 days, actually. We say sold within 2 weeks. The new owners are really excited for the new family home, so congratulations to them. Sold from social media. West Shore and St Monans, I think everybody saw this property. It was absolutely beautiful. There was a stunning atrium, glass atrium out the back, which was actually installed with a crane before, and a beautiful courtyard which led off to the snug and an extended annex to the rear, which was a self-contained flat or apartment. Which and there was no surprise when we advertised this was sold from social media, never even got near a website. There is lots of other people looking for these types of properties. So if you have this type of property, then by all means contact us, because we could have a buyer for you. And Kenaway and Fife as well, that was a 3-bedroom in Hawfield Gardens, and that has been sold as well. Let me take you on to new property coming to market. So watch out this week or the next week after that. We have Simpson Court in Crail. That's a 3-bedroom mid-terraced house that's going to be coming on soon. East Green in Anstruther, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-reception detached house with a balcony with harbour views. Wow, you want to see these harbour views. And it is finished at an extremely high standard. And no expense was spared in this property. So East Green in Anstruther with beautiful views right across the harbour towards the you can actually see the May Isle and the Bass Rock from it as well on the balcony. Laird Avenue Metal, 2-bedroom, semi-detached house is coming to market soon, so watch out for the pre-portal launch for that. And Backdykes Terrace in Falkland, that's a 2-bedroom semi-detached house that's going to be coming to market this week as well. Exchanged, Denwalk and Metal. Congratulations, Angela, for you've got your keys just this week. White Avenue in Leiden, 2-bedroom flat. First-time buyer James, congratulations. And High Street Newborough, Catherine, welcome to Newborough. I know you're looking forward to moving into the air from outside, and it's going to be your home for the foreseeable future. Let's talk about one of the most recent. Evening, James. How are you? Let's talk about one of the most recent shows we did yesterday. It was Smooth Moves to Eliminate Stress when Selling Your Home. Now, you can watch the show again because we put the link in this post to the article itself. So you can read the article. Literally takes 4 minutes to go through the details. You can watch the show because we usually spend an hour on this and actually give our top tips and insights into this. Someone said the other day, how come I keep missing out on property? How can I not get them? But we actually share in these shows exactly what you need to do to get ahead of everybody else and get that unique edge above everybody else to get in there and get a property before anyone else gets the chance to see it. So we actually give away all these secrets on our shows, hence the reason why it takes an hour, because it goes around all the agents that are involved in the show, and we actually talk about all the top tips that we need to do. As a buyer, we give you all these secrets as well. As a seller, we give you all these secrets. So it's all that information that you can glean to get ahead of everybody else and get your house for the first time. That is the most important thing. Okay, one of the things we discussed was put time on your side, take it step by step, pick an agent with a plan. We really went in depth in that, and I really went to town with that one, because it's important to pick someone, not who is the biggest agent in the town, because that doesn't mean anything. That just means to sell more houses, big deal. What the most important thing is to do is find out the person it makes you the most money at the end. So how much are you getting more in cash terms over and above the home report is the most important question you should be asking your agent that you're thinking of listing and signing up to sell your property. After all, it's your biggest tax-free asset. You need to know how much these people are managing to achieve. And that shows straight away they must have good marketing skills, and then they also must have good negotiation skills to get these prices at the end. Now, currently, we are sitting round about 14% over asking over the home report value, which equates to round about £36,000 extra on every single property on average in the area for the East Fife area. Accepting the right offer as well, we'll talk about that, and expect unexpected. You never know who's going to turn up, when they're going to turn up, and you have to be, your agent has to be expecting the unexpected. It's your agent, not you really, but we tell you these tips so you can basically, for want of a better phrase, catch your agent out, because there's a lot of agents out there that just put stuff on and they just hope for the best and rely on Rightmove. that's not a really good strategy, because that doesn't get you the right value at the end. It's all about having proper marketing strategy to attract the right person in order to get the right negotiation to get the highest price for you at the end. That's the most important thing for you. Okay, and finally, we always talk about, and I talk about this every single week, you may not want to contact anyone for a valuation for your property. But the most important thing, you might want to know the value of your property or get a rough idea. We have a really good Ready Reckoner tool, which is in here. It gives you an instant valuation within 55, 57 seconds. All you need to do is put your information in, hit the button. It gives you 3 different figures. It gives you the top valuation, the middle valuation, and the lower valuation. Lower tends to be you're needing work done on your property, kitchen, bathroom, and decoration. Middle tends to be you can move in and work on it as you go. Top tends to be your property is ready to go. It's got a new kitchen, new bathroom, and it's carpeted and decorated, and it's ready. If your property, in comparison to the rest of the properties in your street, has had a new extension added on, if we don't have information about what it was sold with that extension before, that tool will not pick it up, remember. That might be the case that then you'd have to get in touch with us and just say, look, I've got an extension, I've got something on the back. And that we're happy to say that over the phone to you and tell you a rough idea about what your property would be worth. It doesn't need us to visit you to do that. You can still get that information without actually having someone visit your house. You can even take a video yourself, send it over to us via our website, because we do have tools on there for you able to just upload these files, send them over to us with the photographs and a description, and we can actually give you a valuation based on that information. So we physically don't need to visit. Probably one of the most important reasons why I say this is because you might actually be looking to remortgage your house because the mortgage term is coming to an end. Now, there's absolutely fantastic deals out there now, and they're around about 1.5%. When did you get a mortgage at 1.5%? That is astronomical. That is great value. And that's sometimes over for a 2-year fixed rate deal. Now, these are based on loan to values, if you understand what that is. In other words, if your house is worth 100,000 and you borrow 60,000, your loan to value is 60%. If you borrow 75,000 against £100,000 property, your loan to value is 75%. Now, you see how the mortgage amount is going up more and more as opposed to the value of the property. The higher you go in the mortgage value, the more risk there is for the bank. Therefore, they put the higher interest rate on it to reflect that. If your house, if you've been staying in it for a while, is now worth a lot more money, as it probably will be, because the market's gone up by 10% last year, and we're seeing a 14% jump now, as we are now, without that being recorded yet. So that's going to come through next year. So 10%, 14%, you know where your property value is going. So if you've got your mortgage and it's coming out of term for the last 2 years, it's probably gone up about 20% since then, which means your 80% loan to value is now a 60% loan to value, which means you should be on a lower interest rate. So don't just accept the deal it comes through the door from your mortgage lender saying, oh, we could put you on a new rate. Just go online and press that button and take it. You need to go out there and compare it against other people, because they're assuming that your loan to value is still 80%. That's why they're giving you that deal. They're not assuming that the value of your property is going up when they do that. So therefore, that's why you need that information first. And that's why we've put that tool on there, so you can put in that information, get that new information for yourself, so it gives you a good idea where you stand when you're negotiating with your bank, your mortgage broker, or your mortgage company for your new mortgage deal. It's important. It could save you £50 a month. Now, who would, hands up who wants another £50 a month? Me. And hands up who wants to go and spend that £50 a month on something they like? Me. And say aye. Absolutely aye. Yeah. And that's the key here. You can save another £50 a month. It's £50 a month in your hand rather than the bank's hand. That's £600 a year. That would do a serious dent in what I would, dare I say, Christmas. It's coming. That's a good saving to have for that time, and you could just spend on that, and then you've not put any of your own money out. You've actually taken the money the bank would have got, and you've spent it on yourself. Absolutely fantastic. So that's what I would suggest you do. Go on the Ready Reckoner, check out the information, get a new valuation for yourself. communicate and negotiate with your mortgage broker, your bank, get a better deal. Even if you're on a fixed rate deal just now, it's maybe a deal that's actually really high just now. And it might actually mean it's worth actually changing now to get that fixed rate deal at the lower rate, maybe for the next 5 years, and lock you in, know exactly where you are. And even though it's a penalty to cost to get it out, because then you've got assurance and you've got that huge saving, which will possibly, it could offset that. I used to do that myself all the time. I've done this for 30 years like that. I've thought like that all the time. So I know it. There is situations where even though you're in deals and fixed rate deals and mortgages, that sometimes the numbers make sense to actually move to another mortgage. And if you want more information, please feel free to message me direct. And I could take you through that process, or I could put you in touch with the right people that are actually be able to give you that information in order to make the right decisions for you. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's the right decisions for you, not for me. It's all about you. Okay, guys, any questions, please feel free to put them in later on. And until next time, I'm going to see you next week for the weekly update at 7 o'clock next Sunday. And I'm Jim Parker for Fife Properties.